Okay, I've, glued the ties in on these existing tracks. So I'm just giving a little test roll and listening to the sound here. See, and this one here is a bit wide, it looks like, so give that a little bend in. Still a little bit wide in there. There we go. These wheels have crimps on the axle to keep them the right width apart. And, there. That's about right. Had to double check that one. This is a bit I don't know how well this shows in this shot, but the wheels on these on these cars run on the very outer edge here on the railhead. They don't run against the inside unless there's a curve, because that gives them enough space to navigate the curve successfully. Without having to have pivoting axles, or pivoting bogies. Okay, so those pieces are all running pretty good. And then the straightaways shouldn't be a big deal. Yeah, the straightaways weren't bunged up, so. But now I have these two that I need to put ties in, so I'm gonna gently check them. And this one is a bit wide in the very center here. And that little bend fixed that, it seems like. And this one is also a bit wide in the very center here. So give it a little bend there, a little bend on that. There we go. And that brings it close enough. So, I have these wooden ties I made using the flat piece under the rail to support it. I am going to put a center hold down spacer in the middle there, and then just put some E6000. It's a solvent-based adhesive. It holds a ton of things very well. It does take 24 hours to cure, so I'm gonna put this hold down in between the rails, put adhesive underneath there, and then just oh, these clamps are not narrow enough for that. Okay. I thought these paper clamps were going to be just right, but apparently they are not, so I will need to do some creative clamping. I will probably use this. Alright. This big clamp will reach in there, and there's enough space there that it's only putting clamping pressure down in the middle. Perfect. So, take our E6000 here. Apply a generous amount so that it's underneath the two rails, and there's plenty between these two wooden parts. And then I have 4 of these big clamps, so I will put, oh, except it doesn't, the other end of the tie is too fat, so it's interfering underneath the backside there. But the other thing I'm doing is going to tip this over, because I applied the glue on the top of the tie, so if I do it upside down like this, it's gonna, gravity's gonna push it against the other side there. Same thing on this one. Generous application of adhesive. And then press that, and it's under the rails. Get a clamp in from the low side, so it's holding from the low side, and the clamp on this side does touch, but it is holding the rail down, so turn it upside down so that the glue runs against that. And then the other thing is I got to check all these to make sure that there's pins in the right end. So it's there's 2 pins on that curve and 2 pins on that curve, and these straightaways all have their pins, pairs. I've got the fat ends to me and the low side so that the tracks are all tilted the same direction. And so they have their pairs of pins. And the crossover here is what has 2 pairs of pins on that side, so that reverses the pins the way they need to. So we'll line these curves up, and the good curves all have their pairs of pins, except for this one. This one is missing a pin, so I'm going to just use this bit of copper wire, and I will put a dab of the E6000 along it, just twist it as I twist it as I push it in there. It's sticking about the same distance out, and then got the glue all over my fingers. Alright, that'll all have to dry for 24 hours, and then we'll be able to assemble the track and try the engine, or try the train out. So